Winston Churchill stands immortalized in history as the defiant British Prime Minister who rallied the free world against Nazi tyranny. His speeches like, "We shall fight on the beaches," became symbols of resistance. Yet this heroic narrative overlooks darker chapters. The Bengal famine that killed millions under his watch, his suppression of colonial independence movements, and his well-documented belief in white racial superiority. How do we reconcile these two Churchills? Churchill's imperial career reveals a pattern of violence and racism. As colonial secretary in 1921, he authorized chemical weapons against Iraqi rebels. During the 1943 Bengal famine, he diverted food to British troops while dismissing Indian deaths, stating, "Indians breed like rabbits." In Kenya, his government brutally suppressed the Mau Mau uprising. These weren't anomalies. Churchill openly advocated for white supremacy, calling indigenous peoples beasts and opposing self-rule for colonies. Churchill's World War II heroism cannot be separated from his imperial worldview. His defiance against Hitler was in part about preserving British dominance. While condemning Nazi racism, he maintained Britain's right to rule others. Over 2.5 million Indian soldiers fought for a freedom Churchill denied their nation. His finest hour, speeches invoked empire, pledging to defend our island and our commonwealth. This wasn't just war against fascism, it was empire's last stand. Historical assessment reveals Churchill's duality wasn't contradictory to him. He saw empire and democracy as compatible. To Churchill, freedom applied only to white Europeans. This explains how he could both resist Hitler and starve Bengalis. Modern scholars argue that glorifying him without acknowledging this perpetuates colonial narratives. Even his World War II ally Roosevelt criticized his imperial obstinacy. The question isn't whether Churchill was complex, it's whether we can ethically celebrate one dimension while ignoring the other. Churchill's legacy is a mirror reflecting how societies choose to remember. Defenders argue judging past figures by modern standards is unfair. Critics counter that millions suffered under policies he actively shaped. Perhaps the solution isn't to simply label him hero or villain, but to confront why these labels coexist. From defaced statues to revised school curriculums, the reckoning continues. History's complexity demands we hold multiple truths, that Churchill saved Europe while subjugating others, and that how we remember him shapes our future.